Happy Sunday, everybody. I am going to do the full living room tour. I was going to do the cupboard separately, but I decided even if it's a little longer video just to go on and do it all at one time. And I hope you enjoy seeing it. As usual, I'm still trying to catch up on y'all's videos. There are so many wonderful Christmas videos out right now, and I'm looking forward to watching them. So let's get started and see the living room with all its wonderful vintage and new treasures. I can't remember if I showed you this card garland. This is technically in the kitchen, but I wanted to make sure you got to see all those wonderful Christmas cards. And of course, that gorgeous architectural piece that we got this year. Okay. There are a few things that are similar or the same, and there are a lot of new things rearranged in here. I just hung that little metal Kringle Farm fresh cut tree sign on one of my whisk brooms. I'll come in here and give you a full view of this area. I'm enjoying this too. Like I said, this is done a lot different to last year. Okay, over here, the children's chairs pretty much stay here all the time. And since I brought this gooseneck table up, it stays here. So one of John's red trucks is under that chair, and I put a beautiful doily on here. And I'm using that copper and brass pot to hold some of my hymnals, some religious books, this gorgeous picture of Jesus, and a candle. And I have a blue and white plate behind it. And I just think that's a beautiful vignette sitting on that brass tray. The copper pot was bought at a yard sale this summer. And down there I just have one of my crocks that we got this summer. And in this beautiful old pantry box, a gorgeous doily, those 3 flow blue plates we got this summer, and a couple patriotic pieces that we've had for years. Our daughter gave me that Santa plate a long time ago, and I think that makes a beautiful piece. And then over here in the basket we got this summer, another gorgeous doily, those sweet little children's mittens, little ice skates, this beautiful handmade piece that I bought years and years ago, red and white restaurant ware, transfer ware piece, and the Polish stoneware. And then that little tag there, the little angel, that was a tag on a gift from Cindy, our daughter, many years ago. And there's one of those beautiful light up prints from Kirkland's. This Santa print I've had for many years. It came from a local primitive shop that's no longer around. I did bring out my red and white and my blue and white transferware Betsy Ross plates. They are just gorgeous and they fit perfectly. More transferware and the beautiful pearl handle pieces. This precious little vintage piece made in Japan. Some of the beautiful old books. And this bobblehead Santa came from a sweet friend of mine that's no longer around. And there's the red and white plate. That was a gift from our sweet friend and subscriber. This patriotic Santa came from the same friend I got the bobblehead Santa from. Beautiful patriotic ball that Cindy got us years ago. That gorgeous picture. And my 2 English cream Crocs with some wonderful old silver in it. And these 3 pieces here I love. The Santa and the Angel. Those came from Merrifield many years ago. And of course my red and white transferware pictures and creamers stayed up there. And this Santa got from a friend many years ago. There's the blue tree that my sweet friend Dusty from My Thrifted Home sent us. And there's the bird that was our sweet subscriber's grandmother's. It was an ornament. He said she put them on, had many of them and put them on her tree. And then this Fa La La bottle brush tree is one that our daughter-in-law Jen made for me. It's been several years ago. So I'm loving this area. And then right here, the little bone china nativity is one I've had for years and years. That's Ray Dunn, and that's a beautiful vintage angel. And that's a wonderful hand-painted piece we got on eBay quite a few years ago. And there's one of our favorite Billy Jacobs. It's entitled Silent Night, and it's one of the few light-up ones that he had. And you can see John's smiley Grinch pillow. That's one of the ones that Vicky and Duke got him. And that adorable snowman, that was a pillow cover that Janet got us. And then on the coffee table, I kept this gorgeous Ironstone platter and filled it with all these beautiful vintage ornaments. I just love this display. And the platter, it's huge, so it was a perfect place to put a lot of them. And here are some of my vintage Santa pins and Santa's sleigh. They're on a vintage hanky with tatted edge on one of those little brass trays that we got. And then here are some of our wonderful vintage Santas. They're in one of our old seed boxes, and that is I believe that was early 1900s, that little print there. Just love all those. Everything stayed the same over here on the wall. And I did bring out the Salt Glazed Santa collection and put it back there. And the 2 little stockings I made years ago with an old coverlet and old lace. Another beautiful light up print from Kirkland's. And over here are some of our favorite things. I love these adorable elves. They came from Merrifield years ago. Sweet snowman, and look at her. And that beautiful Santa that came from Tuesday Morning many years ago. And I love this snowman. I think he is just cute as can be. And this one. And I have that bottle brush tree in one of my marmalade Crocs. So I think this is just another beautiful area. In the window, those little wreaths have lighted candles in them. I've had those for many years, and they came from Merrifield. Didn't do anything here other than hang the Santa off the old copper lamp. And I have my books. And there's that beautiful Victoria Treasures of Christmas that Cindy and Jake got us last year. Or got me. John doesn't look at the books very much. Another Grinch pillow. Green bottles in the window. And over here, got that adorable hanging Santa. That was last year. Got that beautiful Santa print. He's bowing down to baby Jesus. That was last year. Love those books. I love this vignette. Big part of it came from yard sales, except for the Santa and the Ray Dunn Silent Night mug. Everything else came from yard sales. The Blue Skies Church, these adorable little angels. The pewter with Mary, Joseph, and the baby. This one was a yard sale. And the Madonna was a yard sale. And down there, back in the back, you can see that Santa crock that I've had for years. And these crocks came from yard sales. And then I love sitting on the couch and looking at these bell sneaker Santas. I just think they are gorgeous. There's John's lotion right there. I told you, this is life. We'll come back and look at the Santas in a minute. There's that wonderful little cricket stool that we got at a yard sale with some of my Christmas books. A stack of my small Bibles. And a Polish stoneware piece with new shiny brights. And there are those figural vintage ornaments that we've had for years that came from a yard sale. So unusual. And I have those lights with the snow. Came from Target years ago. And down here is the red wire Merry Christmas plate and some of our vintage Santa tins. And the reindeer, the Anna Lee reindeer that Ellen got us. All of these Santas came from a local primitive shop. I love that one under the cloche. Well, I love them all. And then there is that vintage angel that's laying on the angel hair. She came in that box years ago. And this tree has so many beautiful ornaments on it. Some are old, some are new. That is an old paper Santa. All the little balls that are inside the tree, those are all vintage. We've had all these ornaments pretty long time too. So some of them came from Paul's great stuff in Maryland. And then I always like to have this. His light shines brighter than Rudolph. And yes, it does. A beautiful vintage postcard. And when we go over here, you'll see more of those sweet, sweet Anna Lees. that Tanya and Greg sent us. And there's that gorgeous dummy board that Jenny Salsini painted. Up on top, I just put some greenery and some annalise. And when we get over here, I will show you all of this closer. This big set right here, those are two that are from Tanya and Greg. They're some of my largest ones. The only one I have bigger, I believe, is the Halloween Witch. They're sitting in John's old truck. This one came from them. And this is the one Dusty sent me. And that elf we've had for a while. They're on my stack of firkins. And y'all saw the Annalee tree when I did the kitchen tour. I love this area too. It's pretty much all different. Lots of my old Ironstone. There's an Annalee Santa. That's an ornament that may be vintage now because I've had those for years. And that gorgeous plate. Love this little Polish Santa. And I loved using all the Ironstone. And there's that gorgeous Four Seasons winter plate we got this year. Another one of our vintage tins. The Sweet Bears came from Merrifield years ago. Another ornament that I've had for a long time with some silver spoons and the Ironstone. I love being able to use the Ironstone and that gorgeous large platter that's usually on the wall. And here's another strand of those wonderful lights. This I've had for years, and the mittens. Let me open up the door. That's a vintage Santa cup and saucer. Ironstone. John's little mechanical Santa. Another one of those beautiful winter plates we got. Little brass pot came from a yard sale this year. This little Santa was a gift from John many years ago. And another one of those beautiful plates. Our prized Moro marshmallow tin. Polish pottery. This Santa I've had for years. Ironstone. Copper and brass. And the cherub candle holder that Janet got me last year. Let me open up this side. This is the one that wants to swing back and whack me in the head. Lots of Ironstone and old silver. This beautiful brass swan was one we got this year. Some of the precious little vintage angels. That Santa I've had for years. This one for years. And this one for years. And back there's the brass cup. And that beautiful Jesus plate we got this year. Got that last year, and I think it is adorable. And just more, excuse me, of the Ironstone and bottle brush trees. And this piece is dated 1903. It's gonna squeak. That dummy board came from a yard sale. It's a commercially made one, but I think it's really pretty. And then right here, that's the hand-painted snowman lamp. This artist is no longer alive. She's passed. And I have some snowmen that I've had for years and years on this wonderful spice drawers. Another Billy Jacobs. And you're going to get to see a lot more of John's Grinchiness. Squeaky steps. Our daughter got us this sign years ago. I think it is just adorable because it looks vintage. And down here, I can't turn these on because they sing the full song. You can't have the lights without the song. And I would get knocked if I played that. But they are so cute. Their mouths move. And there's Max and John's bubblegum machine that he painted Grinch green. And down there is one of his light up Grinches. More of these cute Grinchy pics in that basket hanging there. All the little Grinch houses that John made are here in the book we made together. Grinch beads. And more Grinch beads are up there. And there's the Santa, the Sharon Snit Santa that John got me years ago for a Christmas present. And then up there is another Grinch. And right here are those precious little vintage choir boys. Just love them. I think they're just precious. Well, choir boys and girls. And then a lot of my Santas that I've had for many years. I've always collected Santas. And I just kept my whisk brooms and that other wonderful broom. And I just put a little tin ornament on it. Another Beauty by Jenny Salcini. And the Uncle Sam Santas, 2 more by Jenny Salcini. You'll see the entry hall when I do downstairs. And this is a sign I may have told you that when we went to spend Christmas with the kids, John walked from our son's house to TJ Maxx and he came back carrying this. It was actually snowing some that night. All the little houses that are up here came from Joann's years ago. And those 2 Santa figurines, I've had those for years. And this is where I put those beautiful 4 Seasons winter prints that we got recently. I just love them. And these Santas have a lot of detail on them. Okay, this is all of the living room tour. I hope you enjoy seeing everything we did here. I've almost got my craft room done and part of the family room, so you'll get to see those whenever I get them finished. And I'm going to keep plugging away because I've had so much fun going through boxes that I haven't opened in years and using things that haven't been out for a while. And I hope you'll enjoy it too. So love and blessings to y'all from me and John and baby boy. Have a wonderful day and take time to do something you enjoy today. We'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.